Humans are a paradoxical species. We are capable of creating art, music, and literature that touch the soul, and yet we are also capable of inflicting unimaginable pain and suffering on one another. We are capable of great love, empathy, and cooperation. Acts of kindness and solidarity are seen in our everyday lives, from simple gestures of helping a neighbor to large-scale humanitarian efforts that save lives. Yet our history is also marred by violence. From ancient tribal conflicts to modern-day wars, the pages of our past are stained with blood. Civilizations have risen and fallen on the tides of conflict. From individual acts of aggression to large-scale wars, violence has been a constant companion throughout our journey. The reasons for this violence are complex, ranging from the struggle for resources to ideological differences and the quest for power. Why is this so? Why are we, a species capable of such compassion, also prone to such brutality? The duality of human nature is a subject of endless fascination and study. Philosophers, scientists, and historians have all tried to unravel this mystery. This essay explores the roots of human aggression, delving into both our biological predispositions and the influence of our social structures. Are we hardwired for violence, or is it a product of our environment and upbringing? By examining the role of education, family, and community, we can gain insights into how these factors shape our behavior. Understanding the psychological and sociological aspects of aggression can help us find ways to mitigate it. By understanding the factors that contribute to violence, we can better address this dark side of our nature and strive for a more peaceful future. Through education, empathy, and cooperation, we can hope to build a world where the better angels of our nature prevail over our darker impulses. Our biology plays a role in our capacity for violence. Like other animals, humans possess a survival instinct that can, in certain circumstances, manifest as aggression. This instinct is rooted in our evolutionary past, where competition for resources and mates often involve physical confrontations. Hormones, such as testosterone, also contribute to aggressive behavior. While these hormones are essential for various bodily functions, they can also heighten impulsivity and dominance-seeking behavior, potentially leading to aggression. However, it is crucial to remember that biology is not destiny. While we might possess these innate tendencies, our behavior is not solely determined by them. While biology lays the foundation, our social environment significantly shapes our propensity for violence. Cultural norms, societal structures, and individual experiences all contribute to how we express or inhibit aggression. Societies that glorify violence, for instance, often see higher rates of violent crime. Similarly, systemic inequality and discrimination can create environments where violence becomes more likely. When certain groups are marginalized or denied basic rights, frustration and resentment can fester, potentially erupting into violence. Understanding these societal influences is crucial for developing effective strategies to prevent and mitigate violence. History provides countless examples of human violence, from ancient tribal conflicts to the devastating world wars of the 20th century. These events serve as stark reminders of the destructive potential within our species. The Roman Empire, known for its military prowess, built its vast dominion through centuries of conquest and warfare. The two world wars, driven by ideologies of nationalism and expansionism, resulted in unprecedented death and destruction, leaving an indelible mark on human history. These historical examples highlight the complex interplay of factors that can lead to violence, from political ambitions to economic competition and ideological clashes. Section 5. A less violent world. Despite this long history of violence, there is a glimmer of hope. Throughout the ages, humanity has faced countless conflicts, wars, and acts of aggression. Yet, amidst this turbulent history, there are signs that we may be moving towards a more peaceful era. Some scholars argue that we are living in a less violent period than any other time in human history. They point to various indicators and studies that suggest a significant decline in violence over the centuries. Data suggests that rates of interpersonal violence, such as homicide, have decreased significantly over the centuries. This trend is supported by extensive research and statistical analysis, which show a marked reduction in violent crimes. This decline, while not uniform across all societies, points to the possibility of progress. Different regions and cultures have experienced varying levels of success in reducing violence, but the overall global trend is encouraging. Factors such as improved living conditions, increased education, and better access to resources have played a crucial role in this positive development. As people's quality of life improves, the likelihood of violent behavior tends to decrease. Additionally, the spread of democratic values and institutions has likely contributed to this positive trend. Democracies tend to promote peaceful conflict resolution and protect individual rights, which can reduce the incidence of violence. However, it is important to acknowledge that new forms of violence, such as cyberbullying, have emerged in the digital age. The internet has created new platforms for harassment and abuse, which can have serious psychological impacts. Furthermore, state-sponsored terrorism and other forms of organized violence continue to pose significant threats. And these issues remind us that while progress has been made, the journey towards a truly peaceful world is ongoing and requires continuous effort and vigilance. Section 6, the power of cooperation. So, are we inherently violent or peaceful? This question has puzzled philosophers, scientists, and thinkers for centuries. The answer, like most things about human nature, is complex. We are not simply one or the other, we are a blend of both. We possess the capacity for both, and our behavior is ultimately a product of the choices we make. Every decision, every action can tilt the balance towards peace or conflict. While we cannot erase our biological predispositions or rewrite history, we can learn from our past and strive to create a more peaceful future. History is filled with lessons, both of cooperation and conflict. One key lies in fostering cooperation and understanding. When we work together, we can achieve remarkable things. Cooperation is not just about working towards a common goal, but also about understanding and valuing each other's perspectives. Humans are a social species, and our greatest achievements have often come through collaboration. From scientific breakthroughs to social movements, cooperation has been at the heart of our progress. By emphasizing shared goals and promoting empathy, we can bridge divides and reduce the likelihood of conflict. Empathy allows us to see the world through others' eyes, fostering a deeper understanding and connection. Imagine a world where cooperation is the norm, where communities come together to solve problems, and where differences are celebrated rather than feared. This is not just a utopian dream, it is a possibility within our reach. The power of cooperation lies in its ability to bring out the best in us. It encourages us to look beyond our individual needs and consider the greater good. Together, we can build a future that is not only peaceful but also prosperous and inclusive for all. So, let us embrace the power of cooperation. Let us strive to understand, to empathize, and to work together. In doing so, we can create a world where peace and progress go hand in hand. Section 7. Nurturing peace. Education also plays a vital role in breaking the cycle of violence. By teaching children about conflict resolution, empathy, and the consequences of aggression, we can equip them with the tools to navigate disagreements peacefully. Furthermore, addressing systemic inequalities is crucial for creating a more just and equitable society, reducing the conditions that often breed violence. By tackling the root causes of conflict, such as poverty, discrimination, and lack of opportunity, we can create a more peaceful and prosperous world for all. Section 8. The choice is ours. Ultimately, the future of our species is not predetermined. We have the power to choose a different path, one that embraces peace and cooperation over aggression and violence. This requires a conscious effort to understand the factors that contribute to violence and to actively challenge them. It requires fostering empathy, promoting dialogue, and building bridges of understanding across cultural and ideological divides. Section 9. A hopeful future. While the journey towards a more peaceful world is long and challenging, it is not insurmountable. Our capacity for compassion, empathy, and cooperation gives us hope. By embracing these qualities, by learning from our past mistakes, and by actively choosing peace, we can create a brighter future for ourselves and for generations to come. The choice ultimately is ours.